Let us discuss displacement reaction with the help of a small story. It is a story of a dog, Sheru, his friend Ramu. Both of them, they enjoy the company of each other. They play together, they laugh together, they eat together. One day they went to park. Ramu enjoyed eating cake. He offered that cake to his friend Sheru, but Sheru refused. He wants bone. Ramu refused him. Suddenly, Sheru saw a bone in the ground. His eyes widened. He wants to grab that bone. By hook or by crook or by any other method. He tried to get that bone. But he could not. The bone ran. He ran behind the bone, but even then he was not able to capture. He started crying. His friend Ramu came towards him. Both of them, they saw Shamu is handling a bone in his hand. Immediately, the dog went towards Shamu, who was having bone. The dog left the Ramu. Similarly, in single displacement reaction, a single element displaces another element which is in compound. Here, the compound is formed by Ramu and dog Sheru, and a single element is Shamu. He displaces Ramu. Therefore, Ramu left alone. Let us discuss the story with the help of an example from chemistry. For this, we will take 2 iron nails and we will put it into a copper sulfate solution. See the color of copper sulfate solution, it is blue in color. When iron nails are kept in copper sulfate for half an hour, you can see that the color changes to green in the beaker. Now you know that iron, which is a more reactive element, has displaced a less reactive element, that is copper, from copper sulfate. Therefore, the blue color of copper sulfate disappears and the product formed is green in color, which is due to a formation of iron sulfate, that is FeSO4 plus copper is formed, and this copper get deposited over iron nails. So in displacement reaction, a more reactive element will replace or displace less reactive element from salt solution. Thank you very much. Discuss displacement reactions. Displacement reactions are those reactions in which a more reactive element displaces a less reactive element from its salt solution. तो डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन में क्या होगा कि जो ज़्यादा रिएक्टिव एलिमेंट है वो अपने से कम रिएक्टिव एलिमेंट को हटा देगा उसके साल्ट सॉल्यूशन में से। इसके लिए हम एक एक्टिविटी करेंगे। इस एक्टिविटी में हम 5 बीकर लेंगे। इन दिस बीकर वी विल फिल In first beaker A, we will fill copper sulfate and we will put a zinc piece into it. In beaker B, we will take copper sulfate and we will put a iron nail in it. In beaker C, we will take zinc sulfate and we will put copper pieces in it. In beaker D, we will take iron sulfate and we will put copper metal again. In beaker E, we will take zinc sulfate and put iron nails. तो आपने देखा कि बीकर ए और बी में कॉपर सल्फेट सोल्यूशन लिया है और पहले वाले बीकर जो ए है उसके अंदर हमने डाला जिंक मेटल और बी में डाला आयरन नेल्स. तो आप देख सकते हैं ऑब्जर्वेशन कि जो पहले वाला बीकर ए है उसका कलर चेंज हो गया. द कलर विच वाज अर्लियर ब्लू, नाउ इट इज़ टर्न्ड ट्रांसपेरेंट. दैट मीन्स द जिंक must have displaced copper from copper sulfate and it forms zinc sulfate which is transparent and copper is deposited at the base. इसी तरह से दूसरे बीकर में हमने लिया था कॉपर सल्फेट और इसमें डाला था आयरन नेल. तो आपने देखा कि जो बी बीकर है उसका कलर ब्लू से चेंज होकर किस में चेंज हो गया है, ग्रीन में. तो इसका मतलब रिएक्शन तो हुआ है. तो यहाँ पे आयरन ने ज़रूर कॉपर को कॉपर सल्फेट में से बाहर निकाल दिया और ख़ुद बना दिया आयरन सल्फेट प्लस कॉपर. तो इन बी बीकर वी हैव टेकन कॉपर सल्फेट एंड आयरन. सो आयरन हैज़ डिस्प्लेस्ड कॉपर फ्रॉम कॉपर सल्फेट एंड इट फॉर्म्स आयरन सल्फेट एंड कॉपर इज़ डिपॉजिटेड एट बेस. While in beaker C we have taken zinc sulfate and copper metal, but you can see in the second figure that no change has occurred. Similarly in beaker D, in which iron sulfate and copper piece was taken, उसमें भी कोई चेंज नहीं हुआ है. और इसी तरह ई बीकर में भी जिसमें जिंक सल्फेट और आयरन लिया था वहाँ पे भी कोई चेंज नहीं हुआ है. तो सिर्फ चेंज किस में ऑब्जर्व हुआ है, फर्स्ट और सेकंड में. तो इससे क्या पता चला, इस एक्टिविटी से पता चला कि जो जिंक और आयरन है एज दे हैव डिस्प्लेस्ड कॉपर फ्रॉम कॉपर सल्फेट, सो जिंक एंड आयरन मस्ट बी मोर रिएक्टिव एलिमेंट देन दैट ऑफ कॉपर. देयरफॉर they have displaced copper from copper sulfate solution. While in beakers C, D and E, as no reaction has taken place, showing that copper and iron are less reactive than zinc and copper is also less reactive than iron. Therefore, we can conclude from this experiment copper is the least reactive element while the zinc is greater in reactivity and iron is also greater in reactivity than that of zinc. So in displacement reactions the more reactive element will displace a less reactive element from its salt solution. Normally it is observed that the metals like zinc, they are more reactive than that of iron. Iron is more reactive than that of copper. Therefore, zinc can displace copper from copper sulfate. Zinc can displace iron from iron sulfate. But iron and copper can't do reverse. Similarly, iron is more reactive than copper, so iron will displace copper from copper sulfate and copper is the least reactive element, hence it cannot be displaced. तो यहाँ पे तीनों एलिमेंट्स को अगर आप कंपेयर करें तो जिंक इज़ मोस्ट रिएक्टिव, आयरन लाइज इन द मिडल एंड कॉपर इज़ लीस्ट रिएक्टिव. Therefore, in displacement reaction, it is observed that a more reactive element will displace a less reactive element. For example, when a reaction of copper sulfate with zinc is considered, the solution is blue in color due to presence of copper sulfate. Now we have concluded from the experiment the zinc is more reactive, so zinc has displaced copper from copper sulfate, thus forming zinc sulfate and copper metal. Thus copper is deposited at the base of the beaker, and hence zinc shows displacement reaction by displacing copper from its copper sulfate solution. And last topic is the uses of metals and non-metals. Normally we can see that we are inhaling the gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide. The oxygen and carbon dioxide are made up of non-metals. Fertilizers which supply nitrogen, phosphorus, they the nitrogen and phosphorus in them is a typical example of non-metals. The non-metal like carbon is used for purification of water. Non-metal, which is purple in color, is applied on the wounds as antiseptic in form of tincture of iodine. Therefore, non-metals are of great use in our daily life. Similarly, metals are used for making utensils, for making gadgets, for making water boilers, for making gates, for making buses, satellites, aeroplanes, trains. Hence, in daily life, we deal with both metals and non-metals. Thank you very much and have a nice